Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. What I'm bringing you guys today is an eyebrow tutorial, so I'm just going to get straight into it. So what you see in my hand is some lotion, and what I do is I take the lotion and I always moisturize my face before I do my makeup. But the trick to getting the powder to really stick onto your eyebrows and look really pigmented is putting lotion over your eyebrows. That's what I use as like my base. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lotion all over it and make sure I push it in there, and then I'll take a spoolie and I'll just wipe off the excess. So now I'm just using the smudger brush because it's so dense and compact. It makes it really easy to grab the product. So right now you'll see that I'm just taking the spoolie and brushing out the rest of the product, but it's still somewhat wet, if you understand me, like somewhat moisturized. It's not completely dry. And don't mind me as I'm just moisturizing my lips. It's just really good to moisturize your face, your lips, and just moisturize. But basically what I'm doing is I'm taking my powder and I just always make sure that when I put it into my eyebrows or stipple it into my eyebrows that I use hard pressure in the back of my eyebrow, and then when I get to the front I just lightly brush it on like with a really light hand, so that it gives that ombre effect to your eyebrows, so it's not so harsh in the front. So you'll see that like when I was putting powder in the back of my eyebrows, I was kind of pushing it into my skin, and then when I was doing it in the front, it was with a really soft hand. It's easier to do it than to explain it, but you'll just see that I'm doing the same thing. As I get to the front, I just lightly brush it on, and then I just keep packing on it through the back. But basically what I'm doing now is I take a spoolie and I kind of brush it out. If it starts getting too dark, then I just brush it out until I feel like it's completely, or just the way I like it. I'm basically going to do the same thing for my other eyebrow, so I'm just going to fast forward it, and then on my next step I'll go ahead and explain everything. Alright you guys, so basically I'm just going back into it, and you see that I'm pointing at my eyebrows because I'm trying to show you guys how messy it looks. Like, you don't need to be a pro to be able to do this type of eyebrow. All you have to do is just conceal. So it looks really messy right now, and I use a NARS tape shape. That's like my favorite concealer, and custard's like the perfect shade. It's like my eyebrow shade. Depending on if I'm like going out, or if I feel like getting extra ready, then I'll use the lighter concealer to really like make my eyebrows pop. But as far as my eyebrows, my everyday routine, I just use the custard, NARS and custard, and I feel like that one's pretty close to my skin tone. So this is like my favorite part. What I do is I just take the concealer, I put it onto, this is a Morphe brushes, like those dual-ended eyebrow brushes, and I'm just cleaning up. I'm just, wherever I feel that is messy, basically I just kind of clean it up with the concealer. And this is like a really good step. Like, if you miss a step in your eyebrow routine, then you need to add it in there. This part takes me a little while because I like to be really precise, and I like to make sure that it's exactly the way I want it to be. So I'm gonna get a little closer so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I feel like at this angle you can't really see too much. And for some reason I like to do the bottom first, and then I kind of compare it to make sure that the bottom two are even, and then I do the top eyebrow after. But so all I do is the same thing on the other eyebrow, just cut it, make sure it's really precise and where I want it to be, and then I do the top of my eyebrows, which is pretty much the same steps. So I'll just fast forward some of this, and then you'll see what I do for the top one as well. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward after I explain this step here. So you'll see that I'm flicking the brush up. Basically what I'm doing is, if I feel like the eyebrow has gone too close to the middle, and I don't want it to be like a straight line of concealer, so I kind of flick it into the eyebrow. By doing this, I'll just make sure that there's no harsh edges, and then it's just cleaner and it's just not a unibrow or something like that. Alright, you guys, so once I conceal my eyebrows, I just like to go back and with my smudger brush just to kind of make sure that I didn't over conceal some of my eyebrows. So, and then obviously I might have put too much product, so I had to go back in with the spoolie to lighten that up. So this is like my second to last step. What I do is I take my angle brush, and any areas that are sparse, what I do is I take the powder and I just kind of fill in those areas. So I know you guys see that one there. So basically it's missing a little bit of hair, and then I'm just going to fill it in with the powder so it looks more thick. And then I'm going to do that same steps over and over until I feel like I covered all the sparse area that my natural brows didn't grow in. Alright, you guys, we are at the last step. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my eyebrow gel. So the first one you seen was like a drugstore one, and then this one is like a high-end one from Anastasia. I actually got this one as a gift and I really liked it. But basically all I'm doing is taking my eyebrow gel and just kind of locking in the hair, or just locking everything back into place. And what I like to do is I just like to flick up the front hairs and then slick back the rest of the hair. But this is pretty much my last step, and if you guys have any questions, just comment down below. But thank you so much for watching, and if you guys want more videos, just comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, you guys. Thank you.